Welcome to The Explainer. Today, we're taking a deep dive into the psychology of keeping a spotless home. If you're someone who feels this deep, almost instinctual pull to tidy up, well, you are in the exact right place. We're going to unpack the fascinating science behind your habits and look at how organization is actually a profoundly powerful tool for your mental well-being.
So let me ask you a question. Do you ever feel physically incapable of just sitting down and relaxing on the couch if there are still dishes sitting in the sink? Or maybe the pillows on the sofa aren't perfectly straightened out? Picture this. You come home totally exhausted from a long, demanding day at work. And instead of kicking off your shoes and finally resting, you instantly start wiping down the kitchen counters or organizing that pile of mail dumped on the table. Does that sound familiar? It's a very specific feeling of tension, isn't it?
Okay, let's dive into this. Here is our roadmap for today's explainer. First, we're going to bust the neat freak myth. Second, we'll look at how clutter triggers stress. Third, the psychology of order. And finally, 3 habits for daily peace. Let's get into it.
Kicking things off with Section 1, the neat freak myth, society versus science. You know, society is incredibly quick to label this behavior, right? People probably joke that you're just an obsessed neat freak, or they tell you to, just chill out. But what if I told you that your spotless home has absolutely nothing to do with just wanting things to look pretty? It's true. Psychology reveals that keeping your environment perfectly clean is actually an unconscious strategy. It's this brilliant method your brain uses for regulating internal anxiety and stress. So no, you aren't obsessed. Your mind is just actively protecting your peace.
Moving right along to Section 2. How clutter triggers stress, the science of mess.
To really understand this, we have to look at how your brain processes visual information. Visual clutter is a massive source of mental overstimulation. See, for highly observant people, physical space directly affects mental space. When your home is filled with clutter, your brain is being actively overstimulated, and that instantly spikes your stress levels. Even if you don't consciously walk around thinking, wow, I'm stressed by this mess, a messy room creates a heavy, undeniable layer of hidden, low-level tension right there in your body.
I mean, think of these everyday items: piles of mail, an unfolded blanket, a stack of unfinished tasks, unstraightened pillows. Don't look at them as objects. They're triggers. Let's face it, we all have that one chair in the bedroom that magically accumulates clothes. Well, every single one of those items acts like a tiny alarm bell to your nervous system. They're constantly ringing, reminding your brain of things that still need to be done. So when you clean, you aren't just tidying. You are literally muting those alarm bells. You're removing that mental pressure from your nervous system and replacing it with a quiet sense of relief and completion. Which brings us perfectly to Section 3, the psychology of order, regulating anxiety. Here is the absolute crucial point. We all have this deep, psychological human need for stability. And let's be honest, life out there can feel incredibly unpredictable. Your job, your relationships, whatever's on the daily news, it can easily make you feel like things are totally out of your hands. But when everything else feels uncertain, organizing your physical space creates a profound sense of control. You might not be able to instantly fix a stressful situation at work, but you can absolutely control how organized your living room is. And doing this actually reduces cortisol, the stress hormone in your body. Your clean space becomes a direct way to ground yourself in a chaotic world. Research actually points to a pretty fascinating phenomenon here. Have you ever noticed that when you're angry or stressed or dealing with emotional overload, you suddenly get this overwhelming urge to deep clean your entire house? In psychology, this is recognized as a highly powerful coping mechanism. When your emotions feel entirely too complicated to sort out, cleaning gives your brain a simple, productive, physical action to focus on. It's brilliant. Now, what's really interesting is how our biology rewards this behavior. We call it the dopamine of done. Your brain is simply wired to notice details that other people completely ignore. You quickly spot when something is visually off. But here is the beautiful reward your brain gives you for fixing it: a massive sense of achievement. Cleaning provides immediate, visible results. Seeing that instant progress creates a small, highly satisfying dopamine reward in your brain. In fact, studies show that completing these microtasks can lower your heart rate almost immediately. That incredible feeling of done is exactly what breaks the cycle of anxiety. So let's turn this into action with Section 4, 3 habits for daily peace, your practical guide. All right, here are 3 super simple habits you can intentionally use to lower internal anxiety. Step 1, sweeping floors. Step 2, folding laundry. Step 3, washing dishes. Now wait, I want you to completely reframe how you look at these activities. These are not tedious chores.
Psychology shows that performing repetitive tasks like these can actually calm your central nervous system down. When you sweep, when you fold, when you wash, you aren't just scrubbing a floor or putting away clothes. You are using highly effective, actionable tools to regain your emotional balance. You are actively washing away the stress of the day.
Ultimately, keeping your environment beautiful and orderly reflects how you see yourself. It's about the high standards you hold. You aren't just taking care of a house. You are taking control of your life, your identity, and your mental health. A spotless home isn't some weird obsession. It is an act of deep self-respect.
So, I want to leave you with this one question. The next time someone rolls their eyes and calls you a neat freak, are you ready to stop apologizing for protecting your peace? Because now you know the science. You don't have a flaw, you possess a mind that knows exactly how to build a sanctuary of clarity and control in a very noisy world. Think about how you can use those 3 simple habits we discussed to intentionally calm your mind today. Thank you so much for joining me on this explainer, and hey, go enjoy your spotless, peaceful space.